Hey guys, give me a moment. I'm just working on an email real quick before I start class. It's actually a very important email, so I'll get to you guys in a quick moment. Alright guys, hello everybody. Oh, actually I gotta close my school stuff. So welcome in. This is session, I believe this is session 11 of the Japanese classes. Today is actually a very, very big lesson. So for those of you that are coming in, I hope you're ready for this specific lesson, because this one's a doozy. First things first, I'm gonna do my usual spiel. For those of you just coming in, or perhaps you're new, in order to, if you'd like to keep up with the Japanese lessons, I recommend you join the Discord channel. Asanonix, welcome in. Hello. I forgot to refill my water. But exclamation point Discord. This will link you to my Discord server. Once you agree to the rules on Discord, it will open up the channels to the left. Here, you will first want to go to Role Selector. If you'd like access to the Japanese section, make sure you react with Jack Sip here at the bottom. This will open up the Japanese lessons to the left also. The reason why these are hidden is because this is also my general gaming Discord. I'm also at the point where I'm thinking maybe I need to make separate ones. But so far we have Japanese 1 resources as well as Japanese practice. Japanese chat, not many people have been using this one really lately. It's been the practice and the resources that have been used the most. Currently, if you would like to catch up on past lessons, I do have a YouTube playlist available to you. It's here at the very top under Japanese 1 resources. Oh, 1 second. This will open up the previous lessons. I think lesson 10 is not here yet. I'll have to put that up here tonight. But you can catch up on the previous lessons. I don't know why Valheim is still there. I'll have to remove that picture for later. As well as that, now that we're in chapter 3, we'll be using this document to start in with today's lessons. Now last time, we started with verb conjugation. My god, I'm thirsty already. Let me zoom in. We started with verb conjugation, and there are 3 types of verbs. We have our ru verbs and our u verbs, as well as our irregular verbs. And we introduced 2 new irregular verbs here. They are kuru and suru, because they follow different rules. Remember, for ru verbs, we replace ru. We were going to replace the ru and add in mas. So, for example, miru, replace ru, we get mi. Add mas, we get mi mas. And based on the practice, it seems like most of you were able to get this well. I did put practice questions up on Discord, and from what I've seen, it looks like we're ready to move on. Don't forget that the negative, instead of tabemasu, it'll be tabemasen. Instead of mas, you replace it with masen. Similar to u verbs, replace the final u and keep the previous consonant, and then add imas instead. Hey, Inception, welcome in. So like iku, take out that final u, you get ik, and then ikimasu. Same thing with the negative, ikimasen. Now, I told you guys, you could, even though we now know how to conjugate these verbs, you're not ready to make sentences, and that's where today's lesson is going to be coming in. You must know the particles first and how to use them correctly. Don't forget, we have kanji that you guys do need to practice. Please watch the, please watch the previous lesson to see which kanji it is, as well as vocabulary. Make sure you start, if you can, try to practice the vocabulary as often as possible. I know there are 57 words, but yes, we will be using them all very shortly. That being said, let's go on and move on to today's lesson. I will create a new table. Insert table. I will paint it blue because the theme for this class is blue. Jeez, guys, I am really exhausted already. I had like a long meeting at work today, and I'm like, ugh. We'll call these particles in Japanese. And we'll start with today's date. Alright, so, and I'll do my highlights for you guys, because we learned these kanji, I'm leaving them in kanji. Let me do my highlights to help you guys. Remember, purple is for my 10,000s. No, that's the wrong color. These should be red. This should be red for my thousands, and this should be blue for my ones. And if you guys can you type in tell me, what is today's date in Japanese? Or the kanji that I've kept in white, I haven't taught you guys yet, so don't worry about those. What is the year in Japanese? Can someone tell me the year in Japanese? And you can just easily type that in the chat. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab a drink real quick. はい、Katie, welcome in. Alright, so for the year, 2021年, that is correct. So we have 2000 for our 2000. We don't have any yellow for our 100, so we're going to skip it. Then we have, you know what? I need to highlight these after. 20 for our 10s, and ichi for our 1s. Grey Wolf has put in the counter for the year, which is nen. I will highlight these now. This is green, and this is our blue for our 1s place. What is the month? What is the number for the month? In fact, you could do the number for the day again, too. What is this kanji for? The 3 lines. Yes, sangatsu. So san for our number, gatsu for the counter for month. And I'm going to do the day by itself because remember, counting in Japanese has to be a complicated matter. So instead of like san nichi for 3 days, it's going to be mikka. For today, it's the 3rd day of the month in Japanese. So, 今日は2021年3月3日です. If I wanted to say that in a sentence. Wait, I'm not using kanji yet. 今日は2021年. And I'm going to leave this in hiragana for now since we haven't learned it. 3月3日です。今日は2021年3月3日です。Kyo is one of our new vocabulary words. Can someone tell me, if you recall, what is kyo? Kyo. What is kyo? And you can see I'm using the walking dog music from Vince Wolf. What is kyo? Man, I'm exhausted. Kyo no imi wa nan desu ka? What does kyo mean in this sense? Kyo wa 2021年3月3日です. Yep, it means today. Good. Immortal the White Fox, welcome in. It means today. So today is 2020 year 2021 March the 3rd. And our desk here is actually going to be today is year 2021 March the 3rd. And that looks weird in English, but whatever. We would say today is March 3rd, 2021. That's it for our date. I don't know why all of this is bolded. It doesn't need to be. So I'm going to insert a title here. And we're going to call this Particles in Japanese. Now, if you thought counting was annoying in Japanese, particles can also be annoying. In fact, it's not depending, like if you use the wrong words in Japanese, more than often they will understand. If you speak with a native person, they will understand what you're trying to say and try to correct you. But if you mix up the particles, that's where meaning can start getting lost. Particles are very, very, very important in Japanese, and if you mix them up, you can probably say something completely different. And I will give you examples of these later as to what happens if you use the wrong particles. Let's do a quick review first. We have learned the following particles already in this class. So I'm going to make a table. Particle use. This is what I'm going to say. We're going to say particle and use. And I'm going to do it like this. And I'm going to color these a nice, our nice light blue again, because I like my tables. So we'll center these up, bold them, and we'll call these particle use. And then here, I actually don't need this highlighted anymore. Thank you, paint, but no. Can someone recall what, we've learned quite a few particles already. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We've technically have learned 5 particles. Does anyone remember one of the particles we have learned? From this point, what particles have we learned? If you say a particle I haven't taught you yet, I'll let you know, and we'll just try to figure out another one. My cat wants on my, yep, my cat wants on my lap. We've learned wa, ka, kind of learned ga. I'm gonna put wa here first. We've learned particle wa, and I'm actually gonna put this as like this, because even though it's pronounced as wa, we use the hiragana ha when we write this. Do you remember why do we use this particle? What is this particle used for? This particle is used to mark. What do we mark with this? See if you guys remember. In fact, we used it here. Kyo wa. We used wa here. What is this particle used for? Oops. Yes, it marks the, not exactly the, I guess it could mark the object. I would say, like, it marks the subject or the topic. I mean, I guess you could say that's the object, but sometimes it's not an object. It marks the subject or topic of a sentence. It is your topic marker. So in our example here, kyo wa is marking kyo because we are talking about today. Now, if I put a person's name here, like Sensei wa tora desu, like Sensei is a tiger, the topic there would be Sensei because we're talking about the teacher. That was wa. What's another example of a particle that we've learned? Like I said, we've learned 5 at this point. I'm going to add a shit ton more in a moment. What's another particle that we have learned? Ka for questions. That is correct. We've learned ka. And this is makes a sentence a question. Where does ka go, by the way? Does it go in the middle or at the end? Where do we put ka for questions? Yes, it is at the end. It is at the end. It is at the end. What's another one we've learned? Like, putting you guys on the spot here is like, I feel like some of you are like, what did we learn? There's one more we learned from chapter 1, and there's 2 we learned last chapter in chapter 2. Although I kind of rushed through them, it was very brief. How about this? I'll put them here, and you guys may remember what we used them for. You forgot, you give up. Okay. We learned no, ne, and yo. It's like, oh yeah! What is particle no used for? Oh, you're right. I forgot about that one too. Even I forgot one. We also learned particle mo. I forgot we learned mo. So we didn't learn 5. We learned 6. What is particle no used for? Yes, possession. Used for possession. I'd also like it can be used to show a relationship between two objects. And the reason why I put that there is, like, for example, if I said Nihon no umi for Sea of Japan. Honestly, that becomes a controversial issue because other countries would be like, but Japan doesn't possess this. So, like, that would be like Sea of Japan. It can sometimes be used as of. I could also say, like, Koko no Sensei. And this would be a high school teacher. We're not saying the high school, the teacher that belongs to the high school. The teacher's not the high school property. They work at the high school. They're not the property of the high school. So, yes, it can be used for possession, but also know that it can be used to show a relationship between two objects. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? Like, Koko no Sensei, a high school teacher, not the teacher's the high school's teacher, or the teacher that belongs to the high school. I don't belong to no school. I'm an independent tiger that don't need no school. That actually makes me sad because I don't teach at a school for Japanese. I cry now. Alright. Well, I see no questions or comments. What does particle ne stand for? What do we use for ne? Ne, deba ne, oh, ha, mashiki, Why? How do we use particle ne? いいですね. Jibun no. Jibun is kind of like my own, yourself. So jibun no is like my. You're saying my. Like jibun's talking about oneself. The no means you're talking like about some property of yourself. I've seen it as like right, cool, right? Yes. Basically, ne is used for agreement. Or to get confirmation of something you want to know. I mean, that's the best way I can say it. Like, if you think you know, but you're not sure, you can use ne also. Like, that looks like fish in the distance. So, sakana desu ne? That is fish, right? Like, you can use it for that kind of thing, too. Where do we put ne? Where do we put ne? Yeah, trying to get someone to agree that is correct. Yes, ne is also at the end. It is at the end. What about yo? Yo. Like, you can be on Naruto, like, datte ba yo! Oh god, that... how do we use yo? Like, sakura desu ne? Sakura desu yo. When you are sure of something, yes, correct. Used when you are sure about something. Yeah, strong, not just like sure, not just being sure, but like strong sureness. Like, even if you're wrong, you're like super sure that you're wrong, kind of thing. Used for strong when you're sure about something. Can be used for exclamation. Yeah, confidence. I like that one. When you're sure about something, it can be used for exclamation. Confidence. Where is this also? Where do we put this in a sentence? Yeah, it's also at the end. And then the last one we went over was mo. What is mo used for? Confidence? Strong sureness. Confidence. What is particle mo used for? Sugoi desu yo. Sugoi da yo. sugoi na? Sugoi? Yeah, sugoi na. Sugoi da yo. What is particle mo used for? Mm-hmm. Remember, like I could say like Takeshi wa Nihonjin desu. Yamamura-san mo Nihonjin desu. It means also. This means also. What does mo replace though? It will replace particle. Which particle do we need to replace for mo? Yes, it replaces particle wa. It replaces particle wa in a sentence. So like again, if I could say like Immortal the White Fox wa gakusei desu. He is a student. Asanonic-san mo gakusei desu. He is also a student. It does replace the subject marker. It will replace particle wa, the subject marker, in a sentence. I spelled marker wrong. So these are the ones that we have learned already. Hold on, let me check my school emo because I'm getting a lot. There's so much going on today. Alright, so we've learned particle wa, ka, no, ne, yo, and mo. And this is where I'm gonna make it so much fun for everybody. Here are our new particles in Japanese. Would it also replace particle ga? In this case, since we're just beginning, in this case I would say yes. So if you said like, and that's only if ga is used as a topic marker. So if I said like Asanonics wa gakusei desu. Immortal the White Fox ga gakusei desu. I would replace that ga. But if you wanted to say like I like sushi, sushi ga daisuki desu. No, it would be used differently there. Only if ga is used as a particle marker. We did briefly learn a little bit about ga, but I'm not going to put it here because I have not fully explained it yet. But when would we use particle ga? When we're using what kind of word? What is the only time we would use particle ga so far that we have learned? What kind of words do we use that we have to use particle ga? And I'll give you a hint, like dore ga, dare ga, dono, blank, ga. What kind of words are these? Like dore, dare, dono? What kind of words are these? Are these normal words or are they question words? And remember, from what we've learned so far, when must we use particle ga? This is just an example at the moment. I'm going to be deleting this in a second. Remember, for, what we've learned so far is that particle ga replaces... we have to use particle ga when using question words, such as dore, which is which, dare, who, or dono blank ga, which is also a which something word. So for now, what we've learned thus far is that we must use particle ga only for question words. There are more uses for ga, but we will use them later on. Any questions on that one? 質問がありますか? Alright, then I will move on. So I'm going to start with probably the most commonly used particle outside of wa. I'm going to do this in tables also. And I'm going to put these tables in nicer colors, by the way. Because I like my colors. So I'm going to do this table again like this. We'll do blue for the class. Let's bold these and center them up. Me and my tables, guys. My goodness. We have our particle here. And its use. And then for this, I want this one to be a nice, beautiful orange because I love orange. And we'll leave this one white. The first particle I'm going to teach you guys is particle O. Even though it's written as W-O, we're always going to pronounce this as O. Particle O. An interesting thing about this particle, or this hiragana, it is not used for anything else other than as a particle. You will only, from what I've learned anyway, you will only use this as particle O. And particle O is the object particle. Let me rephrase it. Is the direct object particle. This is the direct object particle. The Japanese people, this is used when an object is, what's the best word? Is directly involved in or affected by an event. And for example, I'm going to use sushi as an example. Sushi is my object. What do you do with the sushi? Sushi o tabemasu. I eat the sushi. Because sushi is the object involved, we must use particle O here. And I'm going to use this highlight. That's not what I wanted to do at all. There we go. Sushi o tabemasu. Sushi o tabemasu. What if I wanted to say, I drink water? I drink water. Foxes, welcome in. Why not wa? Wa would mark the subject. Asanox, do you see how I have this, whatchamacallit? The I here in parentheses. And I'm actually glad you brought this up because I would have skipped this otherwise. Do you see why that I have this I in parentheses? In this sentence, I am implying that I eat the sushi. If I were to say the whole thing, it would be watashi, and then here is wa. Sushi o tabemasu. Because I'm talking about myself. So since I'm implying myself, my topic marker is still me, watashi wa. But in this case, I've omitted it because in context, it's easy to understand. I'm actually glad you did that. I'm going to, from this point forward, I'll further specify how to do that. Like, sushi o tabemasu. So, watashi wa, the implied part, sushi o tabemasu. Again, we use the particle o to show that the word sushi is directly involved in tabemasu, the verb to eat. We eat the sushi. I hope that explanation helped. Let me know if it doesn't. We'll do another example to show. Let's change it. We'll say, Foxes drinks water. How can I write this sentence? Foxes, you kind of wrote it already too, but if I wanted to say Foxes drinks water. Foxes drinks water. So foxes is our subject. So we will be talking about foxes. How like help me build this sentence, guys. How do we say Foxes drinks water? Because like I'm about to like throw a shit ton of particles in your face. How do I start this sentence, guys? And I think Foxes is waiting. That's why Fox is just sipping. Sipping on some water and juice. Here, like, who are we talking about in this sentence? How should we start? Fao Mizu? Let's start with who we're talking about. Yes, we start with foxes. So, foxes. And let's not forget our honorifics. So, what's my honorific for foxes? San. Yes, we need our honorifics. That's for everybody. You need your honorifics. Where's Jesse when you need them to be here? Foxes-san, and since we are talking about Foxes-san, we can say Foxes-san wa. Now, I'm going to put these... Actually, no, because we are talking specifically about foxes. What is foxes drinking? What is water in Japanese? Water in water in water, water, water in water in water. What is water in Japanese? This is one of our new vocabulary words. Water wa nihongo de nan to iimasu ka? You're close. You're close. Mizu for water. Umi is like ocean. I mean, I guess fox could drink the ocean, but that's a lot of... That's a very big expectation. So we have foxes-san wa, mizu. Now, mizu is our object. We must use our object particle. So mizu o. And what's our verb to drink? What is our verb to drink in Japanese? To drink wa nihongo de nan to iimasu ka? チャットで書いてください。What is to drink? If you need to, feel free to go back to the vocabulary list. You can find them here. In fact, let me... if you don't have it open already, I'm going to link this in the chat. This is the vocabulary list, so if you would like to, you can scroll down and find... Yeah, there's to drink. Oh, shoot. It's all in hiragana. I'll try to fix these later, guys. That's a lot of words to fix. Because I should put this in Romanji for you also, for those of you that are new to Japanese. What is to drink? It was like when I made these, I made them based on the textbook, and the textbook uses only hiragana at this point. Nomu is correct. How do we conjugate nomu? And to does drink. Nomu. No, it's an u verb, so how do we change it? No. No what? No. Remember, u verb. How do we conjugate? Yes, nomimasu. So here's our sentence. Foxes. Whatever. Foxes-san wa mizu o nomimasu. And notice again, in hiragana, the particle o is always going to be written like this. This is our direct object. Our direct object. We'll do one last one. I watch TV. Or even yet. You know, I was right. I watch TV. Now, in Japanese, if you're talking about yourself, quite often, you probably don't need to say the watashi wa, which is why I'm putting it in parentheses again. How would we say I watch TV in Japanese? How do we say I watch TV? I watch TV. TV in Japanese, terebi. 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 Coyote, you are very close. You're very, very close. As a reminder, where does the verb go in Japanese? The verb goes at the Where do we put verbs in Japanese? Because you're really, really close. Yep, there you go. Terebi. Oh, you use the verb miru in short form, which works. For now, we're using our neutral form, which is the safe way of being polite in Japanese. So when we conjugate it, we have terebi. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Terebi o mimasu. And it is implied that we're talking about ourselves. So be watashi wa terebi o mimasu. 私はテレビを見ます。Any questions so far with particle O, our direct object particle? I have 3 more particles to teach you guys at this point. Let's make this one a different color. That one was orange. We'll make this one green. And this one will be particle de. We're going to use this. I'm going to put this as location. Particle de is location. And I want to specify this a bit more. This particle is used when describing where an event takes place. There are other uses of particle de. Please be aware of that. But for now, this is the only one we need to know. Particle de is used when describing where an event takes place. I'm going to borrow this sentence here again. I watch TV. I'm going to change this sentence to I'm going to put this in parentheses still because in Japanese, when talking about yourself, it can be omitted still. I watch TV at home. What is, how would I say my own home in Japanese? Again, refer to the vocabulary list. What is your own home? Like my home, my place. Yes, we're going to start with watashi wa. How do I say my home? My own home. Let's see if I can find it. There is home house, but here, home house, my place. What is my place? And I know it's in hiragana, so do your best. In fact, here, let's try this.
Uchi. Uchi. Uchi.
You guys can hear that, right? Yes, uchi. So for your own home, we would say uchi. So watashi wa uchi de. And this is where we use particle de. Because we're talking about where we do this. Uchi de. And then we're going to use the rest of this sentence. I watch TV. Highlighter Y. Terebi o mimasu. And I'm going to keep this highlighted because we still have a direct object here. Watashi wa uchi de terebi o mimasu. Watashi wa uchi de terebi o mimasu. So, watashi wa uchi de terebi o mimasu. Particle de is marking the location of where this event is taking place. The event of me watching TV takes place at home. I watch TV at home. Let's borrow Foxes drinks water. Foxes, oh my god, drinks water at the cafe. I don't know why you would drink water at a cafe, but Foxes is doing it. How can we start this sentence? We're borrowing this again. We're borrowing parts of this to build this sentence. How will we start this sentence? How should we start this sentence? Remember, who are we talking about first? Yeah, we're talking about foxes. Someone start this sentence. So we still need foxes. Foxes what? Because remember, honorifics. Foxes. San. And now my topic marker. Foxes san wa. What is cafe in Japanese? There are actually two ways you can say this. Foxes san wa. What is cafe in Japanese? Again, use a vocabulary list if you can. Let's see. There are two ways. If you can't read the hiragana or the katakana, that's fine. If you click the word,
カフェ、
it will tell you, and you can try to sound it out.
喫茶店、カフェ、
We have two options here. Some coyote says cafe. We'll use cafe for now. So Foxy-san wa cafe. What is my location particle? What do I need next? Foxy-san wa cafe de. Good. And then we'll just copy the rest of the sentence from before. Foxy-san wa cafe de mizu o nomimasu. And I'll highlight where we use the particles. Any questions so far with particle de? And how to use particle de? Foxes, you're probably aware that there are other ways we can use particle de also, but we'll worry about those later. Alright, our last sentence, sushi o tabemasu. I want you guys to try to make this sentence in chat on your own. We're still going to use I. So, I eat sushi at a restaurant. That works too. Fox-san wa cafe de kohi o nomimasu. For restaurant, I don't think this is one of the vocabulary words yet. Restaurant. To say it. Try to build this sentence on your own in the chat. I eat sushi at a restaurant. It could be either at a restaurant or at the restaurant. In fact, let's use at the restaurant. Try to build this sentence by yourself in chat. Give it your best shot. Try writing this in the chat. I eat sushi at the restaurant. Let's see. Either you guys are trying. Yeah, there we go. Careful. My word order is kind of funky here. But remember, in Japanese, the verb goes where? Where does the verb go? You have all the words there. It's just the order. I'm seeing multiple answers. This is good. Now, remember what I said. In Japanese, if you say the wrong words, usually a Japanese person will understand what you're trying to say. But if you mix the particles up, that's where things get a little confusing. Coyote, you said, Watashi wa tabesasu de sushi restaurant. Foxes, I'll say yours last. It is very super unintuitive at first. Yeah. Coyote, that's what you said. Asanonic said sushi de restaurant o tabemasu. Asanonic, sushi de means at the sushi, I ate a restaurant. Sushi de, at the sushi, restaurant o tabemasu. I ate the restaurant. And I know, you ate the restaurant in the sushi? Coyote, yours was, you had the right words, it was just the word order. Most of you seem to get this part correct though. Watashi wa. It's in parentheses because normally you don't need it. It does take a lot of practice. As a clue though, where does the verb in Japanese go? Where does the verb go? In the middle or at the end? It goes at the end. So my verb here is tabemasu. I'll put tabemasu and leave it there. Watashi wa blank 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 tabemasu. First of all, where am I eating? I eat sushi at the restaurant. Where am I eating? Type it in Japanese. How would I say at the restaurant or in the restaurant? Asanonics backwards. So restaurant. You have the correct words though. Restaurant de. So watashi wa restaurant de. So I, restaurant at, and what am I doing in the restaurant? What am I doing here? I'm eating, yes, but what am I eating? Can someone write in Japanese, what am I eating, using both the word and the object particle? Watashi wa restaurant de. And to help you guys, the answer is what we did at the top. Watashi wa restaurant de. Correct. Sushi o. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Sushi o tabemasu. And I did see, Grey Wolf, you did restaurant de sushi o tabemasu. Yes, you got it too. Watashi wa restaurant de sushi o tabemasu. And now remember, I'm only using hiragana because we, as a class, we have not learned the kanji just yet. Now, Foxes, the way you wrote this, you said sushi o restaurant de tabemasu. You flipped restaurant de with sushi o. In fact, I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. You said watashi wa sushi o restaurant de tabemasu. Foxes, do you think this is correct? Watashi wa sushi o restaurant de tabemasu. Yeah, between all of us, we did cover all the options. So, Foxes, in your opinion, is what you said correct? Yes, you are correct. I just wanted to make sure you were very certain about this. This is something called word order in Japanese. Personally, I like connecting my object with the verb. So I personally like, if I'm eating sushi, sushi's the last thing I'm going to be mentioning. I want it tied to tabemasu. But this is also correct in Japanese. As long as the object and the particles are connected with them correctly, it's considered correct in Japanese. And like this. And this can be a little confusing at first. But honestly, it's really up to you how you want to say it. So, 私はレストランで寿司を食べます。Or, 私は寿司をレストランで食べます。For my class, I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be doing it this way for my class. But either way, it does work. As long as the particles are connected correctly, it'll be okay. For you guys, use what you think is, use what you're more comfortable with. Are there any questions with particle de? Now remember, there are other ways we can use particle de later on. We're not going to learn them just yet. Baby steps, guys. Baby steps. Akachan no step. Let me know if you need more examples also, if you don't understand something, guys. That way I can continue on. Akachan no step. Our next particle, and I'm going to color this. Well, let's color this purple. Purple's a pretty one. Our next particle we're going to learn is ni. How do I? There are two ways we're going to be using particle ni. I'm only going to focus on the first one today, and next class I will focus on the second. Actually, I may do both. Yeah, I'm going to do both. The first way we use particle ni is, I like to say, to simplify it, I like to say direction. The second way is time reference. I don't like how that looks. There we go. Our first way is for direction, and the second way is time reference. Kitsuneko, I know you're watching. Do you agree with this for now? Direction and time reference. Are you okay with me using the word direction for this? Do you agree with that? Is what I'm trying to ask. So first of all, ni is used when showing movement is involved. Like if you're going home, you're going to the store, you're coming back home. Those all require movement from one place to another. Later on, we'll learn that particle ni can also involve objects moving from one person to another. Either way, all of it involves movement. I'm going to need new sentences for this one. So for example, I'll say Asinonics. Hey, Mythic Mrs. Moon, how you doing? Yes, we are on particles right now. We're on our third particle for today. We did review particles we've already learned. In fact, this is a good time to do a quick review also. We learned particle wa, which is our topic marker. We learned particle ka, which is our question marker. Particle no, which is our possession or marker to show relationship between two objects. Particle ne to show agreement or ask for agreement. Yo to show confidence. And mo to be also. So far we've learned particle o, which is our direct object. Particle de, which is our location particle. And then particle ni, which is our direction or time reference particle. You had some good spaghetti. Delicious spaghetti. So in my sentence, I would say Asinonics goes to school. how would I write this sentence first? Remember, school is one of our new words. School is gakko. How should I start my sentence in Japanese? Asenonix goes to school. Asenonix goes to school. Let me know if the music's too quiet, by the way, because it's kind of quiet for me. Ooh, nice try. You're really close. Asenonix, if he's talking... You don't really hear the music? Oh, there's music? Oh, okay, fine. I see how it is here. How's that? There's been music the whole time, but I was like, it's kind of quiet. There's music? I'm sorry. This probably has made for a dull class so far. It's still very quiet? Can you hear it now? There we go. Okay. If everyone else is talking about Asenonix, we will say Asenonix, and don't forget the honorifics, guys. Asenonix-san. Asenonix himself, you would probably, as themselves, you would say I, or watashi wa. So you would say watashi wa instead of everybody else. Asenonix-san wa. So again, don't forget the honorifics. So Asenonix-san wa gakko for school. You are going to school. Gakko ni ikimasu. Asenonix-san wa gakko ni ikimasu. Hey, Master K, welcome in. Oh, wait, you've been here. Yeah, you just forgot the honorific. And then Asenonix, without any direction. You were really close. That's really good. So, Asenonix-san wa gakko ni ikimasu. Because there's direction, there's movement here. So, Asenonix-san wa gakko ni ikimasu. Now, let's see. I'm not going to do that just yet. What if I wanted to say, Grey Wolf Max returns home. Grey Wolf Max returns home. Now, be careful. We're not talking about our own home this time. So which word should I use for home? Uchi or ie? Uchi or ie for his home. Yep, we'll use ie for this one. So let's build this sentence together again, too. I'm going to do the first part, since you all should know this. Grey Wolf Max. And then type in chat, how do you think we will build this sentence? Grey Wolf Max... honorific. Yes. Grey Wolf-san. What else? What else? Remember, we're still talking about Grey Wolf Max-san. Grey Wolf Max-san. What? I just gave the answer. What goes next? Grey Wolf Max. Oh my god. Heath Shinshi, thank you for following the channel. Welcome to the Tiger's Den. I hope you've been enjoying the Japanese lessons thus far. After I finish this example, I'll go over my Discord thing again too. Grey Wolf Max-san wa ie ni, and this is where it's a little different. You can use modori, modorimasu, but there's probably a different word you can use. In fact, here, let's look at our vocabulary. We have to go back, return. What is this verb, to go back or to return? This is often used, especially when going back home.
帰る
To go back, to return.
帰る帰る
What is our verb here? It is kaeru, correct. Now be careful with kaeru. How do we conjugate kaeru? How should we conjugate kaeru? Be careful. It looks like a ru verb, but it's not. It wants to be a ru verb because it looks like a ru verb, but it can't sit with the ru verbs. It can't sit with us. There you guys go. Kaerimasu, kaerimasu. Yes, kaerimasu. So, Grey Wolf Max-san wa ie ni kaerimasu. When referring to going back home, we will be using kaerimasu. You love the reference? You can't sit with us! I'm going to do another example here. I've been using positive examples. I'm going to try a negative sentence real quick. I hate that this is split, but oh well. Shogunai ne. The last one we're going to do is mystic moon is not coming to school. We'll simplify it. We'll do mystic moon is not coming to school. How do we start this sentence? And I did do this on, yeah, because of COVID. I did do this on purpose, by the way. I use goes, iku. I use returns, kaeru. And now I'm using coming. That coming to school. How would I start this sentence? And I just realized I didn't highlight these. Hold on. Give it a shot, guys. Try to build this sentence on your own. Remember, school, we had school before. Yeah, we have school. Gakko. Be careful. Our verb here is coming. Get your mind out of the gutter. How would I build this sentence? Try to type it in chat. Do your best. Some kind of MMM instead of typing the whole thing. I agree with that. You guys are really close. Mystic moon, or mythic. Do you mind if I just put MMM? I'm happy you guys are putting your honorifics here too. Mystic, MMM-san wa. So you have the, fine. Both of you got gakko ni, which is correct. We're using particle ni. Your verb is wrong though. You're using the correct verb. Oh, just put mythic? Okay, mythic-san. Mythic-san wa gakko ni. You're really close with your verb. Remember, we're using the verb coming. If I scroll back up to our verb conjugation, we have our irregular verbs. How do we conjugate kuru? How do we conjugate kuru? In fact, like coyote and asononics, you are really close. In fact, everything is right except for the verb. How do we conjugate kuru? Yes, kimasen. Kimasen. So, yes, we're going to change the first u out with an I. This is because kuru is irregular. It has its own set of rules that does not follow the usual. Kuru and suru, just like des, are irregular verbs. They have their own rules. So we have Mythic-san wa gakko ni kimasen. And I just realized I spelled school wrong here. There we go. Now, gakko ni kimasen. Yep, that is correct. Gakko ni kimasen. Any questions with particle ni for direction? You use it when showing you're going to someplace or returning from someplace or coming to someplace. Time reference. This is the other way you can use particle ni. I'm going to borrow our first sentence again. Asanonic-san goes to school. I've added something to this sentence. Asanonic-san goes to school at 7 a.m. To make things easier, I like to say... there are actually two ways you can do this. I'm going to start with Asanonic-san. Because he's who I'm talking about. At 7 a.m. How would I say 7 a.m., by the way? Who remembers? What is 7 a.m.? In fact, how do you say a.m.? What is 7 a.m.? Gozen is correct. We start with gozen. Gozen, and then what is 7 o'clock? Because we learned how to say 7 o'clock already. That was a chapter 1 thing, actually. Seven a.m. You give up? What is 7? What is 7? How do we say 7? Let's do our count. We have 4 is 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 7. So there we go. 7. We can use 7. So Asanonic-san wa gozen 7 ji for our o'clock. 7 ji. And here's where we use our time reference particle. Ni. To show that at 7 o'clock, since this is attached to here. At 7 o'clock. Asanonic-san wa gozen 7 ji ni. And then I'm going to just take the rest of the sentence. Goes to school. Gakko ni ikimasu. Notice in this sentence, we've used ni twice. One of these, however, is a time reference. It's attached to gozen 7 ji ni. The other one shows direction. Where are you going? Gakko ni. Going to school. We've used ni twice in this sentence. G marks o'clock. So Asanonic-san, hold on. San wa gozen. And I can put this in kanji because we've learned it. 7 ji ni gakko ni ikimasu. This G, this time marker, is what makes 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. G makes this o'clock. I think they could use the 24-hour system. Usually, I'm using the AM just to be specific, but kind of like in English, we could say like, oh, the movie starts at 9. We would understand what that means. You can do the same thing in Japan too, like eiga wa kuji ni narimasu, kuji ni hajimarimasu. Like it starts at 9 o'clock. You don't necessarily have to, but because I'm specifying and trying to get you to practice the vocabulary, I am putting it here on purpose. Number 2, Grey Wolf returns home. We're going to borrow this sentence again too. Grey Wolf returns home. Grey Wolf Max returns home at, and I'm going to throw a curveball here, 3:30 p.m. to see if you guys remember how to do these things. Grey Wolf Max returns home at 3:30 p.m. Try your best with this one. Foxes, you too, try your best with this one. I'm actually amazed. We went from chapter 1 to all of this in like 11 lessons. In fact, to help you guys build this, let me copy the answers from here before also. Because we're still going to use this, we're still going to use these words here. But we're adding something as well. Like here I added this part. See where you, how you can change this, the Japanese sentence here to mean the extra that I've added up top. Foxes, you did it again where you flipped the stuff. But, I mean, it still works. Wait. Your kanji's wrong for PM, by the way. There you go, there you go. For everyone else, we have Grey Wolf Max-san wa. How do we say PM in Japanese, by the way? How do we say PM? How do we say PM? If Gozen was AM, what is PM? That is correct, it's Gogo. Gogo. How do we say 3 o'clock? How do we say 3 o'clock? Correct, Sanji. Sanji. Do you remember how we say 3:30? Yes, Keith has got it. Sanji, you could say you put things in a suitcase, like, I mean, I guess. I don't know the full word either. So Grave Max-san wa Gogo Sanji Han for half. Now, we need our time reference particle here also to mark that this is when this happens. Grave Max-san wa Gogo Sanji Han ni ie ni kaerimasu. He returns home at this time. Let's see. What is to pack in Japanese? What is to pack? Where's my dictionary? Here we go. Foxes, you can use sumeru. T-S-U-M-E-R-U. Sumeru. That means like to stuff into, to jam, to cram, to pack. That could be used... I don't know if that's used the same way my mind is going, though. Yes, I believe that's the kanji. Sumeru. You could use that one. I'm guessing. Now... when we were using the particle ni, we were very specific about the time we were talking about. I don't know if I want to do this one yet. Hold on a second. I think I'm gonna do it next week, or next lesson. Yeah, I think I'll do that next lesson. Because there's, there are also some rules on when you don't need to use ni. And, yeah, I'll explain that one tomorrow. So far we've learned, o, our direct object particle. De, our location particle. Ni, our direction or time reference particle. For those of you coming in, and I meant to do this earlier, Keith, when you came in, and I kind of slipped my mind. If you'd like to follow along with my lessons, it's easy. It may be best if you followed in my Discord. This exclamation point Discord will take you to my Discord rules section. Where's my Discord? Here we go. Once you agree to the rules to my Discord, you can do that by reacting here. Well, there are 66 of you guys now. It will open up the channels for you to the left. If you would like access to the Japanese section, be sure to go to Role Selector. In Role Selector, react with Jaksip, like this. And it will open up the Japanese lesson section. Right now, we're in the Japanese 1 session of my lessons. If you click on the JPN1 resources, at the very top, you can find the YouTube playlist for all the lessons I've done. We're currently on session 11, so if you've missed one, you can always go back and watch them. I need to upload session 9 still. In the Discord, you will also find the Google documents that we are working on. We've done chapter 1, 2, and we're currently working on chapter 3. This will take you to the document that you see on my screen right now. Yep, luggage, nimotsu. Kizuneko, yokoso ne. There's one more particle I'm going to introduce, and this one may be a little bit quickly. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. I'll have to do that later. The last particle, I'm going to keep this one in purple also. And this is particle e. This will be pronounced as, like, this, kind of like this, e. And similar to ni, this is, direction. Unlike ni, however, e is used only for direction. It will not be used for time reference. This also is a direction particle. You can use this instead of ni if you like. And this is why I'm going to be very quick with this one. I'm going to copy our first one. Asanonic-san goes to school. Here. That's not what I copied. There we go. Asenonix goes to school. Instead of using particle ni, you could use particle e. And it would mean the exact same thing. Likewise, I'm going to use... oh, I didn't do this in hiragana. There we go. Okay. Likewise, I could borrow this one. Now is correct. Hey, Kunenenu. Grey Wolf Max returns home at 3:30 p.m. Grey Wolf-san wa gogo 3 時半に家に帰ります. Which one of these can I change, guys? Can I change the first one or the second one? Which one can I change? That is correct. I can only change the second one. I can only change the second one. Can someone tell me why? Asonatis is correct. The first one is a time reference. We cannot change the first one because e is not used for time. And this is where it's entirely up to you if you would like to use ni both times or switch it up. You could say, Grey Wolf Max-san wa gogo 3 時半に家に帰ります. Or, Grey Wolf Max-san wa gogo 3時半に家へ帰ります. It's really up to you. Personally, if I'm using a time reference, I may use e to differentiate, to make it easier to understand. But there are times where I just may use both. Now, I know this was a lot today. I introduced 4 new particles, and these 4 are actually very important in a Japanese sentence. Remember, even if you get the words wrong, it may be easy enough for a Japanese person to understand you. But if you start mixing up the particles, that's where things start getting a little confusing. Are there any questions in regard to ni or e? Based on the chat, it looks like that you're able to differentiate when and why you should use one or the other. Like before, if you are in the Discord, I will be putting practice problems for you to try. Give them a shot. I'm sure you'll do your best. Remember, and again, for those, like, if I'm correcting your work, I'm sorry. I don't want it to sound like I'm being rude or something. I'm really just trying to help you. So I hope you guys don't feel bad if I say, like, oh, you misspelled this, or, oh, you're missing something. You sound like a teacher. I know, because I am a teacher. So, like, if I'm correcting you in the Discord, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really just trying to help you guys. I teach English right now. Oh, thank you guys. I'm really hoping that you guys are understanding this better. We are going from the beginning, but we're at the point where I'm like, wow, it feels like we're moving fast. So, if you need me to slow down or review any grammar or something also. They use the 24-hour clock a lot? Okay. In that case, do you, chat, do you want me to use 24-hour clock, or do you want me to use the 12-hour using AM and PM? I'll leave that up to you guys. Or do you want me to use both? It's up to you guys also. Let me know, and I'll try to do that. Switch randomly between them. All right, I'll go on and do that. Any is fine. Cool. I'll go on and do that. Probably most realistic. Yeah, I think so. I agree with that. Again, for those of you joining into the Discord, our reaction roll is flipping out at me. I will be if you that's not Discord. For those of you joining the Discord, I will be adding the practice problems in the JPN1 practice. It looked like everyone was very good with verb conjugation also, so we're going to move on from that. The particles, though, is probably where we will need extra work. I'll put some sentences here for you to try to translate. I'll also put some sentences for you to try to write. Remember, and I know there's a lot of vocabulary words for this chapter, but do your best and study the vocabulary words. Unfortunately, I didn't put them in Romanji. It's all in, like, the train is leaving at 17:35. Okay, we'll start doing that. It's okay, Jesse. I used you as an example earlier. I for, like, honorific practice, though. Everyone's been very good with the honorifics lately, though, so very good. Jesse, I will be putting this VOD up. You can look at the notes, too. For those of you also just joining in, remember, at the very beginning of the notes, I do have a link for the vocabulary here. Just click it, and it will take you to the Quizlet. It may ask you to create a Quizlet account. It's free, and I do strongly recommend it. It will help you practice a lot. There are 57 words for this chapter, and I know that's a lot, but if you look at them every day, like maybe just like 5 minutes every day, you'll pick up on them. And it's not like I'm giving you these words for no reason at all. We've been using these words in the lessons. Any other questions before I prepare to rate out? So far we've learned how the verb conjugation, and we've learned particles in Japanese. As a quick review again, we've learned particle wa, ka, no, ne, yo, and mo already. This chapter, we're learning particle o, which is our direct object. Remember, we use particle o when an object is directly involved in or affected by an event, like sushi o tabemasu. The sushi is being directly eaten. We are directly eating that sushi. It is affected by us eating that sushi. De is for location, where an event takes place. I watch TV at home. Watashi wa uchi de terebi o mimasu. Particle ni is used for direction and as a time reference. It is used when showing movement is involved. For now, we're focusing on like physical movement, like coming and going. Eventually, we'll use this for giving and receiving also. Get your minds out of the gutter. So like, Asanonix goes to school. Asanonix-san wa gakkou ni ikimasu. For time reference, Asanonix goes to school at 7 a.m. Asanonix-san wa gozen 7時に学校に行きます. Particle e, just like particle ni, is also for direction, but it is not used for time reference at all. I used the same examples from before, but instead of using particle ni, I replaced them with particle e. Asanonix-san wa gakkou e ikimasu. Remember, this is pronounced as e, like you're Canadian. No, not a, but e. Even though it's he, it is pronounced as e. Any questions so far? Alright then, in which case, we are going to go on and raid out. Hi, I'm back. The sheer amount of hassle I had to do is insane. So my Twitch app was lagging, so I closed it. Then I realized it was the phone itself lagging. Oh my goodness. Went to my Kindle Fire, but it doesn't have a battery now. Oh, you're finally back. It's alright. We're going to raid out. Kitsuneko, are you doing a lesson tonight on Wednesday or no? Wait, it is Wednesday. You do a lesson tonight. Where is your stream? Stream wa doko desu ka? Oh no, I'm looking at school stuff. Let's see. I may be a little early then. Chotto hayai desu ne. Chotto hayai. Let's see who we can rate out to. Just got home from work. Okay. I'd like to rate out my class to your class. So do you guys want to wait a little bit or just rate to someone else for now? It's only Shichijihan for you. You're gonna be there either way. Hayasugi desu. Very quick. I guess I can do one more thing with particles real quick. We can wait. All right. I'll do one more thing with the particles real quick. I'm gonna use no, hold on. I want you guys to try these two. Foxes, thank you for gifting that sub to Mythic. Mythic, I hope you enjoy those tiger emotes. A bit of overtime pay. Thanks. Alright, so first of all, look at these two sentences. Who are we talking about in these sentences? Are we talking about the same person or a different person? Yeah, we're talking about Kitsuneko on both sentences. So I could say Kitsuneko-san for both of these. Because I'm talking about Kitsuneko-san, what is my, I need my topic marker. Kitsuneko-san wa. Yay, thank you. I actually drew them myself, so I'm glad you like them. I don't want to, I hate saying this, but if I do eventually get more subs, I think I can unlock more emotes and then try to make some more too. So here we go. Kitsuneko-san wa restaurant. How do I finish this sentence, guys? He goes to the restaurant. Kitsuneko-san wa restaurant. How do I say he goes to the restaurant? Yep. Restaurant ni. Finish it with the verb too. Yeah, I've got all 7. But like, oh, you're right. I only as partner I can. I need to be a partner for that. Yep. Restaurant ni ikimasu. How do I say he goes to the convenience store? Kitsuneko-san wa konbini what? Konbini, just like before. Confirmed as a Dom wanting all my subs. No comment. Yep, ni ikimasu. So here we have Kitsuneko-san wa restaurant ni ikimasu. Kitsuneko-san wa konbini ni ikimasu. There is a very big difference between these two sentences, other than the place, though. There's an extra word in this sentence. Do you know what that word is? What is that extra word? What is that extra word in this sentence that I have added here as well? I do need mo. Why do I need mo? What is that extra word in English? What's that extra word I have? Yep, we have also. This is where I'm going to be tricky with you guys. And is the person going to this place here the same, or is it a different person? From a previous sentence. Is this the same person or is it a different person? It's the same person. So our normal rule, Kitsuneko-san mo, does not work here. It does not work here at all. Where does he also go? Where does Kitsuneko-san also go? Because in the first place, he went to the restaurant. Where does he also go? He also goes to the convenience store. Now, in the original rule, we replaced wa with mo. Do you think, what do you think we need to do with ni in this case? Can we use both? The answer is yes. In fact, you have to use both when saying also going to a location. Konbini ni mo ikimasu. So you put mo after konbini, we put it after konbini, but it must be also attached to ni. So, Kitsuneko-san wa konbini ni mo ikimasu. We need ni because ni is showing the direction. Mo is showing that there is also this direction. So, Kitsuneko-san wa konbini ni mo ikimasu. Any questions on this one? So we use Nemo. Finding Nemo. Is it in order to use them? For Nemo, yes. You need to put ni first. Almost forgot I have this. Yes, you have my XD emote. So, Kitsuneko-san wa konbini ni mo ikimasu. And remember, always, in Japanese, always, the verb goes at the end. That will be the extra little information I give for today. Thank you guys for coming in. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. I will be I have to remember. I will be uploading these onto YouTube later tonight. I have to upload lesson session 10 from last class, as well as tonight's session 11. I believe Kitsuneko is now available so we will now raid out to Kitsuneko-san. What should our raid message be? What is that? Are you back from the convenience store? Yes, I am. Here's going to be our raid message. If you have emotes. Particle cannon, kind of thing. Dore Sensei ga... So this is going to be our raid message. Particle cannon, kind of thing. So copy that, and then let me copy that, and then we will raid out to Kitsuneko-san. All right, thank you guys again. The next lesson will be on. Actually, I don't know when the next lesson will be. I do have an event that I need to do on Saturday, and Thursday, Friday are usually my raid nights. In fact, I kind of want to do a movie night on Friday. I don't know yet. Wait, no, WandaVision Friday. Never mind. Not gonna do it. I was saying the raid message should be asking if they were back from the convenience store. Oh, I get it. All right, again, thank you guys for coming in. I'll see you next time. Pay attention to the Discord messages for the alerts.